Three friends are riding jet skis in the open sea, just looking for fun. But after a while, it starts to feel boring. So they decide to go farther, deeper into the ocean, where things feel more exciting and more dangerous. Not long after, they spot a strange place ahead, a small atoll surrounded by coral. It's like a hidden pool in the middle of the sea, cut off most of the time, and only connected to the ocean during high tide. It looks beautiful and empty. They don't think twice. They rush in and start playing again, laughing, racing, completely unaware that something is already watching them from below. Suddenly, one of the jet skis flips over. Everything goes quiet for a second. A phone drops into the water and disappears. Maddie looks around, confused. Only one jet ski is left floating in the distance. Then, thankfully, the other two, Trish and Josh, come back up from the water, panicking. Trish quickly climbs onto an inflatable pad, shaking. She asks what just happened, but Josh brushes it off, more worried about his jet ski. He swims back toward it to check. And that's when everything changes. Out of nowhere, Josh starts swimming back fast. His face is filled with pure fear. But it's already too late. Something grabs him from below and drags him down. Gone. The water turns red. Maddie and Trish freeze. They didn't see what it was, but they know one thing for sure. They are not alone. Trying to stay calm, Maddie tells Trish they need to get out of the water. Nearby, there's a small rock sticking out. It's their only chance. Slowly, carefully, they start paddling toward it, afraid that even the smallest splash might attract whatever is down there. Then, they stop. A massive shadow moves beneath them. An orca, around 9 meters long, slowly gliding under the surface. Blood trails behind it. Now they understand. It wasn't an accident. This thing is hunting them. Terrified, they start paddling faster toward the rock. They're so close, almost there. But suddenly, the inflatable pad jerks backward. Something is pulling them. No matter how hard they fight, they can't move forward. They're dragged back across the water like toys. Then just as suddenly, the force stops. They look around, confused, until Maddie realizes something. A rope is tied to the back of the pad, and whatever is down there just used it to pull them back. Not just strong, smart. Maddie quickly pulls the rope out of the water, her hands shaking. But now she knows the truth. This isn't just an animal attack. This thing is playing with them, and they're trapped in its game. Maddie tries to stay calm, but her mind is racing. Orcas aren't just powerful, they're incredibly intelligent, almost like a human teenager. And what just happened proves it. That thing isn't attacking randomly, it's thinking. Then she notices something strange. The orca's dorsal fin is bent. That's not normal. Maddie realizes the truth. This whale was once kept in captivity, in small tanks, forced to swim in circles, forced to perform. Over time, its body changed, and so did its mind. This isn't just a wild animal, it's a broken one, and now it's free. But this isn't the kind of freedom anyone would hope for. The orca had killed its trainer before being released back into the ocean, and now trapped again inside this atoll after the tide dropped. It's treating this place like another cage, and them like intruders. Maddie knows they can't stay here. If we don't move, she tells Trish, we're going to end up like Josh. Their only chance is still that rock. They wait, watching the water, waiting for the right moment. Then suddenly, Trish gathers all her courage and jumps into the water, swimming fast toward the rock. But Maddie hesitates. Her bag slips open, and everything spills out. Among the items, something important floats away, her hearing aid battery. She panics and reaches for it. But then, she sees the orca coming back, fast. She freezes, then quickly climbs back onto the pad, giving up the battery. The orca swims past her, but doesn't attack. Instead, it turns toward Trish. Trish is still swimming, desperate. The rock is close now. Ignoring the sharp edges, she climbs up, cutting her leg in the process. But she makes it, safe, for now. Maddie watches from the pad, heart pounding. She throws the bag over to Trish, but doesn't move yet. And that's when it happens again. The rope slips back into the water. Trish quickly thinks of a plan. She grabs a rock. "I'll distract it," she says. "You swim when I do." Maddie nods, forcing herself to get ready. But just as she's about to jump, she hears a strange hissing sound behind her. Slowly, she turns. The rope is pulled tight again. Before she can react, the inflatable pad suddenly deflates. Now she has no choice. Maddie jumps into the water and swims as fast as she can. Every second feels like death chasing her. Somehow, she makes it. She climbs onto the rock beside Trish, both of them shaking, exhausted, but alive. For a moment, they finally breathe. Then reality hits again. Trish's leg is bleeding badly from the climb. Maddie quickly tears her clothes, using them to wrap the wound. She also treats her own foot, cut by sharp shells in the water. They sit there, injured and stranded, trying to think. After a while, they understand what happened. When the orca was released, it must have accidentally swum into this atoll during high tide. Then when the water dropped, it got trapped again. So now, in its mind, it's back in captivity, and they are part of that prison. The thought crushes them. Their jet ski is gone. There's no way out. All they can do now is wait and hope someone finds them. Maddie checks what they have left. Almost nothing. Just a single piece of chewing gum. They split it, chewing slowly, trying to trick their bodies into feeling less hungry. Then Trish finds a small plastic bag. She has an idea. She fills it with air and seals it. Under the sun, moisture inside will slowly turn into water drops. It's not much, but it could keep them alive. The problem? It will take hours. So they wait. They curl up on the rock, trying not to move, saving every bit of energy as the sun begins to set. Time passes slowly. Then suddenly, they hear something. A distant sound. A ship. Hope hits them instantly. They stand up, screaming, waving, begging for help. But it's too far. The ship keeps moving and disappears. Just like that, hope is gone again. They sit in silence, completely drained. Then Maddie notices something floating nearby. An arm, Josh's arm. A flashlight is still tied to his wrist. Trying not to panic, they carefully pull it out of the water. At least now, they have light for the night. But no one comes. The night feels endless. By morning, they're weak, thirsty, barely holding on. The plastic bag finally has a few drops of water. They share it carefully, letting it touch their dry lips. But it's not enough. They're still starving. Then Maddie remembers something. The shells she stepped on earlier. They might be edible. It's risky, but staying here is worse. Without thinking too much, she jumps back into the water, quickly grabbing some shells before the orca can react. She hits her head in the process, but makes it back. Food, finally. But there's a problem. They can't open the shells. Maddie looks at her bag, then pulls out a small box. Trish's face changes immediately. "Don't!" But Maddie doesn't stop. That box holds the ashes of her ex-boyfriend, the man who died protecting her. For a moment, she hesitates. Then she makes a choice. Survival comes first. They use the lid to smash the shells open. The smell is horrible, but they eat everything inside, forcing it down. It keeps them alive. For now. Later, Maddie quietly scatters the ashes into the sea. But something feels off. Trish looks shaken, guilty. And finally, she breaks. She confesses. Years ago, she was the one who planned the robbery where Maddie lost her hearing and her boyfriend lost his life. She needed money. She gave the information. She caused everything. Maddie goes silent. Her world breaks all over again. She can't even look at Trish anymore. But they're trapped together with no escape, no forgiveness, no peace, and time is running out. Maddie sits in silence, completely broken. She can't forgive Trish. Not here, not like this. But the truth is, they're both dying if nothing changes. Their bodies are getting weaker. They won't last much longer. Trish knows it too. So she makes a decision. She's going to sacrifice herself. Her plan is simple. She'll swim away and draw the orca's attention. While the whale is chasing her, Maddie will escape. It's the only chance left. Before Maddie can stop her, Trish slowly slips into the water. Everything goes quiet. The surface looks calm, too calm. Somewhere below, the orca is waiting. Maddie doesn't even realize what's happening at first. Without her hearing aid, the world is silent. By the time she notices, Trish is already far away. Maddie panics, shouting for her to come back. But Trish keeps going. She's made her choice. Then suddenly, the water explodes with movement. The orca has found her. Trish swims as fast as she can, pure fear driving her forward. Behind her, the massive shadow rises again. At the same time, Maddie understands. This is her chance. She jumps into the water and starts swimming the other way. For a moment, it works. The orca keeps chasing Trish. Maddie pushes forward, heading toward another rock closer to shore. But then, the orca senses her. It suddenly turns back. Now it's coming for Maddie. She has no choice. She swims hard and manages to reach the next rock just in time, pulling herself up as the water below churns. For a second, the orca hesitates, and that hesitation saves both of them. Trish reaches the shallow beach. She collapses onto the sand, gasping for air. Then, luck finally shows up. A helicopter flies overhead. Both of them scream, wave, do everything they can. Trish even writes SOS in the sand with her hands. But the helicopter keeps going. It never sees them. Hope disappears again. Trish breaks down, screaming in frustration, and that's when she makes one last mistake. She's too close to the water. In a split second, the orca strikes. It grabs her. She fights, clawing at the sand, trying to hold on, but it's too strong. Her leg is torn apart. Within moments, she's gone. Maddie watches everything from a distance, frozen, alone. Now there's no one left, only her and the orca. The rock she's on is smaller, closer to shore, but there's barely any space to move. She curls up, afraid to even breathe too loudly. Then the sky turns dark. Storm clouds gather. Lightning flashes across the sky. But Maddie hears nothing. Her hearing aid is dead. Complete silence. That silence makes everything worse. She can't hear danger coming. She turns on the flashlight, holding on to the only small comfort she has left. But even that doesn't last. The light dies. Now it's just darkness. Rain suddenly starts pouring down. At least, something good. Maddie opens her mouth, catching the rain, finally getting water after so long. But then, she sees it again. The orca, closer than ever. For a moment, she notices something different, a scar near its eye. And suddenly, she understands. This creature is suffering too. Trapped, confused, angry, just like her. But understanding it doesn't change one thing. Only one of them is getting out alive. Maddie looks toward the shore. It's close, closer than ever before. The storm gets louder, the water shakes, and somehow this gives her an idea. She takes a deep breath and jumps. She swims with everything she has, not stopping, not thinking. And somehow, she makes it. The orca doesn't follow. The storm has confused its senses. For the first time, Maddie is free from it. She reaches the beach, collapsing on the sand, barely alive, but she's not safe yet. Then she remembers Trish's phone. It might still be inside the sunken jet ski. That means going back into the water. Again, it's insane, but she has no choice. Using the cover of the storm, she dives down and searches. Somehow she finds it. The bag. Inside, her phone, and something else. A metal rod from a cello stand. A small gift Trish once brought for her. A reminder of her past life. Maddie ignores it for now and focuses on the phone. She tries to turn it on, but then the storm stops. Everything goes quiet. Too quiet. The orca is back. It knows exactly where she is. Maddie realizes there's no more running. This ends now. She dives into the water again, not to escape, but to fight. She grabs the metal rod tightly. The shadow rushes toward her. At the last second, she strikes. Hard. The rod hits the orca's eye. The massive creature pulls back in pain. For a moment, everything stops. Then something unexpected happens. The tide begins to rise. The atoll opens back to the ocean. The orca hesitates, then turns away. It swims out, back into the open sea. Gone. Maddie slowly rises to the surface, shaking, exhausted, but alive. She grabs onto a floating life jacket and lets herself drift, waiting, hoping. Finally, rescue will come, and this nightmare is over.